All right, beauty trends come and go, but the trend for the last few years has been bold, beautiful brows, and here to give us the 411 on how we can get this look without too much hassle is our producer, Joanna. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh,
listen, we talk about eyebrows all the time.
We do. We love eyebrows.
And I went through some stages.
We both did. We both went through some stages. Growing up in the 90s and the 2000s, we roughed it out with some overplucked,
over-waxing,
overshaped.
It was awful. So what's the latest trend for brows?
So the latest trend for brows are going to be really bold, natural looking eyebrows. So really, I mean, you think of them as sort of bushy looking eyebrows when you know what we used to work with.
Yes.
But that's really it. And it's the kind of bushier, very natural, full eyebrow.
And so we can get this look naturally.
You
I feel like it should start at a young age.
You really should. And in fact, this is to all the parents out there, just be, cautious when it comes to, dealing with your child's eyebrows because they pay for it later, so we went through the overplucking stage. So it took me time to get my eyebrows to kind of grow back into that natural shape the way that they were supposed to look.
Girl, I'm still working on it.
Yes, we are still kind of in recovery mode.
Yeah.
But you can give them kind of a break. Try not to over tweeze them, over pluck them, over process them.
Right.
I usually say give them some time to grow in and kind of see what shape that they want to take, and then have a professional help you find the shape that works really well for you.
Because not all eyebrows are equal and not all are the same. So, but we can get this look with makeup,
and there's a couple of pictures I have examples of just of the trend itself. It is very popular right now just to have those really full, stark eyebrows. Cara Delevingne, Lily Tomlin, I believe, is in here as well, and Megan Fox. Just those really bold, beautiful brows. It's because they frame your face. And that's something that people don't know why they're so popular, is because they really give your face a shape and sort of a frame.
Yes.
So they just make your face look better, like all the time.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. I typically won't leave the house without at least putting some sort of eyebrow on, because this without makeup on it is a little rough. So we do have an image that we want to look at. Just kind of shows the guidelines of how eyebrows kind of typically should be shaped.
Right. So this is kind of the starting point when you want to shape your eyebrow. You kind of use your nose and your face as your own guidelines. So that point 1, it goes straight up from the outer part of your nose. That's where your eyebrow should start, right about there. It's also kind of lines up with the inner corner of your eye. Then, of course, the number 2 is right outside of the colored part of your eye.
That's like the highest
where
point.
The highest point of your arch should be. And then the end of your eye should mark about where your eyebrow should end. So that's kind of a good guideline for just a really natural shaped eyebrow.
Now, is this something we could maybe go to a professional
I would always recommend you start with a professional, because they can kind of give you, sort of like paint by numbers, you kind of give you a shape and you can just kind of maintain over time.
Yes.
Whereas when you try it on your own, you're really kind of eyeballing it and winging it and sort of trying to get the right shape.
I mean, that's really where it changed me, was I didn't even know I had eyebrow problems until I went to somebody and they were like, let's fix you really quick.
Yeah.
Because I had the whole like thick to thin thing.
Sure.
So let's talk a little bit about, coloring it. What's the first step? What do we need to do?
So first you want to shape them, and then you want to find out the right color for you. And this is actually a really big thing, because one of the things that people mess up with eyebrows is they go too dark.
Yeah.
It can be extremely stark for you to start out with black eyebrows. So I always recommend that you kind of look at your hair color, look at the ends of your hair, see what color that is, and maybe even take it one step lower. I actually love to use the blonde, which is the color on the bottom. It's such a universal color. I recommend it for anyone and everyone, because it's super neutral and you're not going to walk in with just dark black eyebrows to start.
We are running out of time, but let's get to the last 2 things.
So then what you want to do is kind of, again, find that shape. So you want to kind of outline and define. So you would draw or create a line on the bottom to create that line, create the line on the top to create that, and then you want to fill it in. And that's what kind of gives that really dark, prominent eyebrow. There's a really good step-by-step. Define the bottom, define the top, and then use your product to fill in. There are a couple of different products, just to kind of blaze through them. The last step you always want to do, by the way, is conceal and kind of clean up. The biggest thing between the products are the ease. So it's really about what's easiest for you. I find that pencils are easiest for me and brow gels, because they don't use as many applicators as, say, some of the pomades and stuff. But it's really about what's easiest for you. There's some really great products on the market you can find.
There you have it. All right. Well,